doing reviews and referral requests in ProLine. ProLine automatically sets up some review generation and referral generation campaigns when you sign up. But we're going to take a look at those and how to set them up and how to customize them. The number one thing that you're going to want to do right off the bat, and this goes true for anytime you're setting up a new ProLine account or anytime you want to start hitting reviews, you're going to want to take a look at your locations inside of ProLine, and you want to make sure that you have a review request URL filled out for all of your locations. So if you only have one location, then you're just going to see that one location here, and that's totally fine. You can just put your review request URL in here. If you are using multiple locations for inside your ProLine account, then you're going to want to add. It can be the same URL if it needs to be, but most of the time, if you have two separate locations you're managing in ProLine, you probably have two different Google My Businesses, and so you're going to want to drop those unique review request URLs into here. Some people prefer to have their Facebook. They want to send reviews to Facebook instead of Google. That's fine too. You can get the Facebook review link and put that here instead. I'll show you how to get both. But the main one that everybody wants to do is Google My Business. So if I jump over here, I have a Google My Business profile set up, or a profile that I have access to. And so to get your Google review link, you're going to basically just search your business name. And as long as you're logged in to the Google account that has access to that Google My Business profile, you'll need to click this little down arrow here and then go to ask for reviews. And this is going to pop up your review link for your Google My Business profile. So you just click on that to copy it, jump back over into ProLine, and then you can paste that in. Make sure to hit save to lock that in. And then do the same thing for any number of locations that you have. If you are wanting to use Facebook instead, I'm gonna try to see here if I can. What's the easiest way to do this? So if we go to Facebook, I need to go up on this screen. So if you go, you actually don't even have to be logged in to do this. You don't have to have access to a page. You just go to the reviews page, and then this is the page that you're going to want to send people to. So you just grab this page / it's going to have your URL extension for your page here, and then it's going to say reviews, and that's your Facebook review link for getting reviews on Facebook. And then you could just paste that into here instead of the Google My Business link. We do not have the capability to put multiple links at this time. Someday we might add that, but we haven't prioritized it, because not most people just want to send people to their Google My Business, and B, when you do put multiple links and you give people a choice, they have a tendency just not to pick any of the choices. So you're going to get better results from your review generation campaigns in general if you are just sending them to one place. Now, ProLine has a built-in review generation campaign or review generation landing page. So you can actually see that here. Every location in your ProLine account has a unique review generation landing page. And so if we click here, it's gonna bring you here. Whenever you're sending out emails and text to ask for reviews, it will send users to this link. And then once they select a star rating, it's going to send them to that URL that you put in to leave a review. Now, a very important thing here is because one of the immediate questions people have is, okay, well, if they put a low rating, can I send them somewhere else? Instead of sending them to Google My Business, can I send them to like a form or something like that? So that's actually called review gating. It can get your Google My Business shut down. So the way that we've worked around this is when people select a star rating, they're going and hit proceed, they are going to go to your Google My Business or your Facebook or whatever link you put in there regardless. So even if they select 1 star, if they hit proceed, they're going to be sent to Facebook or to Google My Business to leave a review. Now, that being said, if they leave this low star rating, we have a notification that goes out to all the admins inside of your ProLine account that lets you know this customer for this project has left a 1-star, selected 1 star on the review landing page. So this alert goes out. So you have an opportunity to immediately reach out and address that. And sometimes just selecting a 1-star here, if they're unhappy with you, that might be enough to satisfy them. They might not then leave that secondary review. So it's still better to have the landing page than not have the landing page. But unfortunately, unlike in the past where you could divert people that left a low rating, we do, to protect your Google My Business specifically and keep that from getting shut down, we do have to send everybody to the same link regardless of how many stars are selected. Now you do have the option, if you want to, you can go to reviews inside your company settings and you can deselect review landing page. So if you deselect review landing page, then we will just send using whenever this company review URL, which I'm about to go over in the campaigns, whenever that gets sent to a customer, it's going to use the actual URL here instead of the review landing page URL. So you can divert them and move them away without sending them to the review landing page. Now, the downside to that is you don't get the alerts if they select a low star rating, A, and B, the other thing I forgot to mention with that review page, once they select a star rating on this page, then we stop asking for the review. And so this is a way for ProLine to know when to stop asking for a review. If you take out the review landing page, then ProLine's now not able to tell if they've ever clicked on the link. And so, because we're just sending them directly to your review link. And so there's a higher likelihood of somebody leaving a review and then getting asked to leave a review again anyway. Whereas with the landing page in place, that is extremely unlikely to happen. So that's the advantages to using that review landing page. All right, so now let's take a look at the actual campaigns that are in place. Generally speaking, you're going to want to trigger campaigns based on when things are moved to pay and closed. In this demo account, this is actually not set up the way we normally set it up, so I'm going to do that now. Normally, and this is the recommended way to set it up, when you move a customer to the project to paid and closed, then you would have ProLine if the blacklist tag is present, or you can call it no review, you can call it whatever you want. We generally by default call it the blacklist tag. If the project is blacklisted, then ProLine will just stop any active campaigns and that's it. And that's usually how we run this paid and closed here at the end. So nothing happens if the blacklist tag is in place. If the blacklist tag is not in place, then ProLine will add the main contact for the project to this reviews and referrals review request campaign. And we'll take a look at what this looks like here in a second. But this is, as far as your triggers go for reviews and referrals, this is how we generally set it up. Now, alternatively, some people prefer to have this based on job complete. So they want to go ahead and start asking for the review right after the job gets completed. And then just proceed. Now, the main issue with that is currently the way ProLine works. If you then have additional campaigns that are around invoice sent or around paid and closed, that's going to break the review and referral campaign. It's going to stop that campaign. So that's kind of the issue with doing it that way. Generally, what most of ProLine users are doing is they're waiting until they hit paid and close. So they're collecting the invoice. Once the invoice is collected, then they're moving them to paid and close and asking for reviews and referrals. So now let's look at this campaign. There's a couple different ways to set up reviews and referral requests inside of ProLine. The one way to do it, which is how this demo is currently set up, is you can have your review requests campaign here, and we have a template for this. So if you're adding this, if you accidentally deleted it from your account and you want to add it again, you can just add a fresh new campaign, and you can go down into our templates and you can select roofing, review generation, residential roofing, or if you want a more generic version, you can do that. And then you can add that template in, but it's already here in place already for this campaign. And so we have this, and then generally you would want to, here at the bottom, have a change campaign and have change campaign on text or call response. If no applicable, skip on response step. And then you would select your referral requests here. And so the way this is going to work is once someone is added to this campaign, they're going to go through these emails and texts that are going to ask for a review. And this is using that company review URL variable here to plug in the link for the landing page or the or directly to the review site, depending on how you have it set up. And then it's going to go through these. If they respond, and we also count clicking on one of the stars on the review landing page as a response. If they respond, it's going to skip all the remaining steps here for emails and text and go straight to the referral requests campaign. I selected the wrong one here. If they go through this entire campaign, so it's asking 5 different times with an email and text both times for a review. If they go through the whole campaign, then it gets all the way to the end, then ProLine is going to add them to the referral request campaign anyway. So either way, they're ending up in the referral requests campaign after going through the review requests. And we can jump over and look at what that looks like. Go to our campaigns, reviews and referrals, referral requests. And so now we have a referral request campaign. It's going to wait 30 days, and it's going to ask for the referral the first time, and then every 6 months it asks for referrals again by email and text. It's a great place to, if you have any kind of a bonus where you provide $500 for every referred roof or something like that to homeowners. This is a great place to put that information, is into these messages on the referral request campaign. And so all of those people that go through review requests, they'll end up here. And so the general sequence is after someone is paid and closed, after they're a happy customer, they've gone to pay and close, they're going to get asked for a review. They're either going to leave a review or not leave a review. Regardless, they're going to end up here in the referral requests, and ProLine is going to be asking for referrals. And this says that we've been running these review requests and referral request campaigns now for several years for customers, and it's just generated. I mean, I need to see if I can figure out the exact number, but it's been thousands of Google reviews have been generated using these campaigns, and thousands of referrals. This has been extremely effective for a lot of companies. Now there is a different way, kind of a newer way to set up this referral and reviews and referrals campaign. It's actually a little bit easier, so we'll take a look at that. I'm going in there unnecessarily. So rather than having it be 2 separate campaigns, which you can do, this will work, but rather than doing this, another option here is we can get rid of all this here at the bottom. And then instead of having this separate review request campaign and then a separate referral request campaign, we can actually just use this combined campaign. If I can find it. Reviews and referrals, residential roofing, delete all existing steps. So I'm going to add in this template. And this template, instead of having the campaigns be separate, it's actually just one campaign. And we do this to all our new ProLine accounts that get created are created using this campaign. It uses a newer step that we created called the skip to on response. So the way this skip to on response works is if a contact is higher up in the campaign, so up here, and they respond to a message or they're clicking that star on the review landing page, ProLine's going to skip them down to this skip on response step. And so it's and then that from there, or if they don't respond, it's just going to get there eventually anyway and pass that skip on response step. But if it does skip down here, it's then going to proceed to these referral requests down here. So it's a way to accomplish the same thing. This really behaves exactly the same as having it these two separate campaigns. It's just a little bit simpler, and we have everything in one place now. And so this is the way we do it by default moving forward. If you go into your account and you're seeing a separate review campaign, separate referrals campaign, that's totally fine. That will work too. This is just a little bit simpler, and so you can definitely do it this way as well. I'm trying to think anything else to go over here. Again, as far as triggering goes, typically that's going to be done based on either job complete, but most likely paid and closed based on these triggers. And then if you have a trigger higher up in the list here for blacklist, you can filter out anything that you've put blacklist on. So if we go to and then the tags are down here. So if we wanted to blacklist this project, we can select blacklist and save it. Now this is a blacklist project, and that contact associated with this project won't get added to that reviews and referrals campaign. Lastly, I am going to go in here and rename this just so it's accurate now that I've changed it. Okay, there we go. All right, and that's pretty much it. Any questions, Chris?
No, the only thing I was thinking of is I think related to like the dope marketing stuff, how that's connected, where if you're having connections like that, think about when you're sending something to a customer versus asking for that review request, specifically if you're doing like postcards or cookies or things like that. The best time to send a review request is probably once you know the cookies have been there for a day or two, then do that. And so like one of the things that I suggest for people is you often do the referral request first before you even bring up the idea of a review, because if you ask for a referral and they're mad about something, they're going to tell you then before you even get to the review stage, gives you an opportunity to correct it. And then you can ask for the review once you've had a chance to fix something, as well as think through the other steps that are involved along the way. But no, man, this is cool. Easy, makes sense.
I love that. I love that idea. And I think that's one of the beauties of ProLine, as opposed to using some of these other review generation services that are sort of a separate standalone thing, is those are really hard to customize and change. But here, if you wanted to have this first referral go out immediately, I mean, you can just come in here, you can move it up to the top, take away the delay, move that up. Now that's at the very top. And then we can also integrate directly into what you're doing, whatever you have set up with Dope 360. So we can come in here, add a Dope 360 direct mail step. I'm not able to select the campaign because I don't have it integrated with this demo account, but you would be able to select like that handwritten note campaign you have set up. Or do they send cookies now from Dope 360?
Yeah, you can get cookies and stuff. So like what a lot of the packages, I think the common ones is people do a series of postcards to neighbors and then to a box of cookies to the homeowner that got the project done. And like one of the things that I was talking to a client of mine about was putting on an instant roof quote QR code for the door hangers that Dope is going to send, where it's like, hey, let's funnel this, catch this, and make sure it gets on the instant roof quote lead. You know, we're going to target these neighbors a little differently depending on what our purpose is here. And so yeah, the customizability of that I think is nice, because then the cookies, we've had people, you know, message back and like, hey, where'd you get the cookies from? And it's just another opportunity to then talk to them and be like, hey, do you know anybody else that might want some cookies once they're happy with the job well done? And that's a good opportunity for the referral stuff as well. Absolutely.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. That even funnels back into ProLine, because you have the Dope 360 steps up here that send out that campaign to the neighbors, send out the cookies. Then maybe you have a bit of a delay, and then maybe you ask for that first referral, and then you have these automations down here for reviews and requests. Meanwhile, the neighbors are opting in on Roof Quote Pro, which is also integrated with ProLine, and they are getting funneled into a speed to lead campaign for Roof Quote Pro that's saying, you know, thank you for getting that instant quote on our website. You know, can we schedule some time to talk about your roof? So you have these Roof Quote Pro leads. I don't know why that's spelled that way. There we go. Okay. And then, so we have this Roof Quote Pro leads campaign here. And so it's just like, that's where this just gets so fun, is like when all of these different campaigns are all working and meshing together, where it's like, you got campaigns over here getting you reviews, campaigns over here getting you referrals, campaigns over here, engaging those referrals. You know, it's just like all fits together. Yeah, it's all fun. So cool.
Sweet.
Well,
Looks good.
Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so we'll end it there. So.